Okay, but I'm sorry, it's not me.
Okay,
talk to him. No, ma'am, don't talk to me like that. I'm an adult. Do not talk to me like that. Do not talk to me like that. Tell him to stop.
But I feel like if it was Christian, I believe that's the young man's name, that was on camera assaulting Sha'Carri and pushing her around. And
she's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar. Okay. And that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet, you do your thing, but...
So, Christian Coleman's mom just upped the stakes of the Christian Sha'Carri drama because she just confronted Sha'Carri about the airport fight, and apparently, things got heated between them. When that full unedited footage of Christian and Sha'Carri made it to the internet, it sent Christian's mom into a panic. Because it didn't just show how messy and toxic their relationship was, it confirmed her biggest fears. Christian was in a DV relationship, and worse, he couldn't get out. And now everyone's wondering, is Christian's mom overdoing it, or does she need to step in and rescue her son from Sha'Carri?
She tried to get him arrested in the airport. And the only reason she didn't get him arrested, because when you're in the airport, everything's under surveillance.
Now, if you know Dr. Daphne Coleman, then you know she doesn't play about her son Christian, so it really didn't come as a surprise that she was not going to allow Sha'Carri get away with putting her hands on him. However, what was really shocking was the way Dr. Coleman pulled up on Sha'Carri. She didn't just approach her like some meddling mother wanting to interfere in her son's relationship. She came with fire in her eyes and acid on her tongue. She wasn't here to ask Sha'Carri why she was treating her son terribly. This was a woman on a mission to save her son from a toxic situation, no matter what it took. Now, the only evidence of this interaction is the word of insiders from Sha'Carri's team who witnessed the whole thing go down. And according to them, it was not a pretty sight. Dr. Coleman marched into that house ready to bring the roof down. And Sha'Carri, she has never been one to back down from a fight, so she stood toe-to-toe with Christian's mother, daring her to make good on her threats. According to witnesses, they spent a good 3 minutes staring each other down, to the point where it seemed they were about to throw hands. Luckily, the matter didn't escalate beyond that point, and everybody left physically unscathed. However, there was one thing that Christian's mother said to Sha'Carri that stuck, and it wasn't the demands that Sha'Carri leave her son alone or the threats to get her arrested if she ever put hands on her son again. It was her saying, "I always knew you were bad news ever since Christian got involved with you, and now you just proved me right." And this got people wondering, were there signs that Sha'Carri was violent with Christian all along? Did Christian's mom ignore those signs just to keep the peace? But before we get into it, here's a little bit of context. So, for those who don't know, Sha'Carri and Richardson started giving relationship goals as far back as 2023. However, while they looked like the ultimate sports couple on camera, it turns out there were some people who weren't that excited about their union. Enter Christian's mother, Daphne. It's not like Daphne started out hating Sha'Carri or the relationship between her and Christian, but even in those early days, the signs were there. The first thing Daphne noticed was the fact that her son and Sha'Carri were like polar opposites. Sha'Carri was loud and energetic, maybe a little too loud, and Christian was more reserved. Daphne once described him as a good kid who always made curfew when he was younger. And this wasn't just the regular mom expressing affection for her son, it was real. And the moment Christian got together with Sha'Carri, those differences stuck out like a sore thumb. For Daphne, this made it obvious that the two probably wouldn't be a good fit. But more than that, she was allegedly convinced that Sha'Carri was bad news. It wasn't anything that obvious. But according to reports, Daphne would notice things like Christian not being able to come visit unless Sha'Carri approved, or having dates with his parents canceled because Sha'Carri needed him last minute. But that wasn't all. Daphne also noticed the way Christian would jump to Sha'Carri's defense whenever she said something negative about her. And it wasn't just him being protective of his lady or not wanting his parents to disrespect her. It was him having such a visceral reaction to any criticism about her that seemed to almost come from a place of fear. And then there were the random times Daphne would call her son only for Sha'Carri to pick up and not let her speak with him. When you add all this together, it is one giant red flag. But what's even crazier is that Daphne wasn't the only one who noticed these patterns between Sha'Carri and Christian. Almost everyone around them saw the signs. We're talking siblings, friends, even teammates. Remember this seemingly post that suddenly went viral a few months ago after many athletes on Team USA started reposting it? The one saying, "You'll be so much happier when you accept that sometimes people aren't right for us, no matter how badly we wanted them to be." Well, at the time, it seemed like just an innocent post. But looking back, the fact that so many of Christian's teammates reposted it makes it obvious they were trying to send a message to him. Sadly, Christian either didn't get the message or ignored them on purpose. Because when the raw, uncut footage from his and Sha'Carri's fight hit the internet, it was obvious this wasn't a first-time thing. Now, it's not clear what caused their fight in the first place, but when the raw footage dropped, it wasn't just another messy couple fight. It was proof of everything Daphne had been warning about. But what's even scarier about it was Christian's body language through it all. He didn't react like someone who was new to this. In fact, fact, it seemed like this was something he was used to. Watch closely, because the way Sha'Carri keeps pushing him while he tries to walk away says more than any statement ever could. This footage really exposed Sha'Carri's true colors, because before this, she had tried to throw Christian under the bus and make herself out to be the victim. After she got arrested, the full unedited police cam footage got released, and it basically told the whole story from Sha'Carri's perspective. See, at first, she tried to act like it was just a regular couple's fight, but when she realized she was about to get arrested, she switched up fast. She started calling Christian names, saying he's a coward for letting her get arrested and doing nothing about it.
But you hear me, right? So this is the position that Christian Coleman puts me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. The argument, pretty much, he's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, you know, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar, and that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet, you do your thing, but you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right, I don't have to give it to you because it's in my position. But when it came to the point that I saw that he chose to make it more about the police and things of that nature, that showed that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem,
so
and walking up to you guys. So I'm not hiding. Right. Mm-hmm.
Was there any type of physical?
I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with anything.
Like
not at all.
But that's not even the worst part. Sha'Carri went on and on with her rant until she totally started blaming Christian for the whole thing. She went full victim mode and even claimed that he was the one that put his hands on her.
Christian, are you serious right now?
So man, in
Christian.
Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't know him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you had me on camera. But at the same time, what he has on camera, when I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
We have you on camera all back here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical.
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on camera.
Christian, are you serious right now?
All right.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay. Okay. I will never fucking you again.
And then when she was exposed as a liar, she suddenly went quiet. All the victim blaming, yelling, and cursing she was doing before, silenced. But what really shocked everyone wasn't the fact that Sha'Carri went silent after being exposed. It was what Christian did after that. The big plot twist in this whole drama came when Christian came out of the woodwork and became Sha'Carri's public defender. Like, we didn't just see her hurt him in public. He popped out in an interview where he talked about giving Sha'Carri grace and forgiving her. According to him, she needs help, and he believes she should be allowed to get the help she needs without having to pay much dire consequences for her actions. Now, bringing this back to Christian's mother, Daphne, she didn't really know how bad it was until she saw this video that Christian put out. To her, that was the final straw, because not only was it hard for her to hear her son defend someone who was clearly being violent with him, she also noticed that his body language when he spoke about her had gotten worse. And the moment that interview aired, fans caught it immediately. Christian couldn't even look into the camera. The clip doesn't just show him speaking, it shows a man shrinking inside himself, like every word was rehearsed out of fear.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. Does she have, like, things that she need to work on for herself? Of course. So do I, so do you, like, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if, like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at, like, situations like this to just, like, you know, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so That's kind of how I look at the situation. And like,
And before anybody says Christian's mom was just overreacting, she wasn't the only one who noticed all this. Many fans did, and to them, it seemed obvious that Christian was being taken advantage of by Sha'Carri. Next time she comes after you, it won't be a sucky situation. If she hit you once openly, she'd definitely do it again. You about to be a punching bag. Is he aware she told the police he was the abusive one? Cause all this defense for her, and she was willing to throw you under the bus for something she did. And Christian's mom, she didn't react at all this time. She didn't even have the chance to, because before she could recover from that interview, she got another shocker: Sha'Carri's supposed apology video. Now, here's the thing. You would think that an apology video would at least make the situation a little bit better. After being caught on camera putting her hands on her boyfriend and then playing victim, the public expected Sha'Carri to show some remorse. Christian's mother expected Sha'Carri to show some responsibility and try to make the situation better, but that's not what happened. Instead, she dropped a minute-long video that many considered a slap in the face to Christian and his family. In the video, she explained that she was taking accountability and doing some self-reflection. But instead of remorse, the clip captured her smiling like it was all a joke, grinning through an apology that should have been heavy. That single minute on camera told fans everything they needed to know about how seriously she was taking it.
Y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit, and not allowing this moment.
As if that wasn't bad enough, Sha'Carri added salt to injury by posting another apology in her IG stories addressed to Christian specifically. The post read, "I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love from what I've experienced in my past. Due to my past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it." Then she added, "I love him, and to him, I can't apologize enough. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions. Honestly, louder. To Christian, I love you, and I am so sorry." But just like the video, this post reeked of insincerity, and fans didn't waste any time bashing her for it. That Sha'Carri Richardson apology video, the most unserious-ish I seen in a minute. BS I love him, and to him I can't apologize enough? What pathetic excuse of a PR apology is that? Oh, but it gets worse. If Christian's mom was livid before these half-baked apologies, then seeing them just sent her over the edge. So she did the best she could, called her son aside and advised him to dump Sha'Carri before it was too late. And just so he knew how serious she was, she went online and reposted a bunch of IG stories, including one that said, "No matter how good you think it is, there's always better out there. Choose yourself." And just like that, Daphne Coleman went from quietly warning her son in private to blasting cryptic messages online that made it clear she was done watching from the sidelines. Christian, he vanished. No posts, no statements, no defense, nothing. The only trace of him was a flight out of the country and the silence that followed. Sha'Carri, she hasn't said a word since that shaky apology. No cameras, no races, no updates. The girl who couldn't stop talking is suddenly quiet, and that's what's got everyone stuck right now. Because if Christian's really done with her, why is he still defending her? If his mom's right, and this wasn't the first time, how many times has it happened off camera? And most of all, if Sha'Carri's silence means she's plotting her next move, what's she about to do when the world's already turned on her?